Good morning. You were in the back room with Becky, and I feel much more rested. Unfortunately, the stress of yesterday's event uh, caused me to have a little bit of a flare up with my lymphedema. So I had to call some meetings off today and just sit at home and take care of me, kind of rest my mind up for business for a minute. Because my sweetie said something to me that uh, really resonated with me. And he said, I want you to take care of yourself because I want you to be around so that I can enjoy you and you can enjoy me. And at first I was like, oops, I'll make me think about it. Be glad that you're my age and that's all he's thinking about doing to you. Now we have a very, very different kind of connection, and it's been refreshing. He's my soft place to fall. He's the person I call after after calling on Jesus. Okay, I call it. I want to hear His voice, and usually He'll feel me. I'm greeted every morning with the best of wishes, and you know who you are. All I can say is thank God we don't let circumstances and situations prevent us from getting to know someone and letting people in. And I'm glad to have you around me. Okay, let me talk to my big girls. I got something to offer up, but I just want to say um, we have been trained to be submissive. We have been trained to be compliant, be nice to everybody because they might not like you. You're a fat girl and, everybody don't want to hang out with a fat girl. Well, things have changed a lot, and you're going to find you're going to be approached by all kinds of people saying all kinds of things. Some of them are true, some they really don't mean. They just, like every other new thing, they may be fascinated or even curious. And my mom and my grandmother always said, a man will only go as far as you let him. Now, outside somebody raping you, let's just not give ourselves away so freely. Remember that you are queens, and queens, if you're gonna take something from a queen that she's not willing to give or ready to give, then it's gonna be by force. Trust and believe me. Um, but when we are ready to love and we have nurtured ourselves and we've been kind to ourselves and we've taken care of ourselves and we have learned to take the rough times with the good times and keep smiling and keep your head up and be poised and show grace under pressure. I have been fortunate enough in my lifetime to be surrounded by some very incredible, phenomenal women. Phenomenal. And in my family and outside of my family. Because as I ventured out to be an entrepreneur, you know, it wasn't looking so good. Because I had shared most of my settlement money from the big accident with my family and purchased this, and we had our own place and, homes and cars and all, trips and all that. And as I arrived at this startling crossroad in my life when I was in my 30s and they were like, yeah, I'm not in my 30s anymore. I'm sorry if I deceived you. I didn't deceive you. I just don't tell people how old I am. Because unless you pay my insurance or you my doctor or we get ready to sign a marriage license, it's on a need to know basis. And I have a reason why I'm like that. But most of my 30s was spent convalescing and getting back on my feet. And I had to leave my career not because I was burnt out or because I was a failure. I had to leave my career because all of a sudden I had the circumstances that I was going to have these surgeries and I was going to have to adjust myself. So I went out into the world as soon as I tell you all the time, as soon as God got me up on my feet, I was like, what we gonna do? What we gonna do now? What we gonna do? And I'm still kind of like that. That's that go-getter in me. Or maybe it's the German shepherd in me. We make good workers. But not only am I a good worker and a hard worker, a loving person, a sharing, caring person, I do have that kind of dog attitude about you set me out on the chase and I'm on it. I'm not gonna stop till I find a solution. So when crisis arose in my household, you know, and then crisis arose in the business world, it knocked me for a loop for a minute, but all I need is 24 hours, and that's at the maximum because I always have a way of tending to myself. I'll get off by myself into a quiet place, and I'll tell you I'm doing music therapy now. Please don't talk to me, or I'm writing and I'm venting, or I'm blogging, or I have to work through my frustration. And so, like I said to my group yesterday, I'm not angry. I'm frustrated that I had to cancel my event because we had the girls. A couple of them came down with strep throat. Some of them was just job situations, this, that, and the other. And what I listen to people, and then I do what the hell I want to do. I gotta revamp that. And I think that comes from being independent for so long, is that I will listen to good advice, and then I will sift through the parts that I won't, and then the rest that fall out, I'm just like, okay, whatever. And that's very important to a sexual abuse survivor, that they have a measure of control in their life. As you can see, I'm in, girl, I don't even like to say this on the camera. I am in a muumuu. This is a dress my sister brought back from Hawaii. And so it's very comfortable. And I'm not going to go into why I need to be just in something loose and comfortable. Just suffice it to say, I'm comfortable today. And also, I'm focused. I'm back. So you're in the back room with Becky. It's Happy Hump Day. And as you see, my phone is always ringing. Peace, love for the people.